There is a deal in Washington to bring financial relief to people struggling because of the coronavirus pandemic, and it appears to have the president's support. But first, here are the latest numbers in the United States. California just reported a 6th death, bringing the nationwide death toll to 50. There are more than 2,000 confirmed cases.
And tonight, the U.S. is in a state of emergency, and the federal government is preparing to take unprecedented actions to stop the spread of coronavirus. KCAL 9's Lori Perez is here to tell us what it means for every American. Lori?
Well, as Americans adjust to a rapidly changing new abnormal, the president declared a national emergency, acknowledging the need for emergency action. At the same time, he denied any responsibility for problems with testing or for cuts that might have affected the administration's response.
Today, I am officially declaring a national emergency. Two very big words.
Two words that free up as much as $50 billion FEMA can use to help state and local leaders and medical experts fight the coronavirus. Democrats had been urging the declaration for days, and today the president moved on it. He also announced a new FDA-approved test for the virus,
which will bring additionally 1.4 million tests on board next week, and 5 million within a month. I doubt we'll need anywhere near that.
Surrounded by his coronavirus task force, he said he's waiving some legal barriers to expedite treatment for patients using Medicare or Medicaid.
In furtherance of the order, I'm urging every state to set up emergency operation centers effective immediately.
What's going on here today is going to help it to end sooner than it would have.
The president also touted a new public-private partnership with labs and pharmacies to get the testing done, including setting up drive-through testing in parking lots of stores like Target and Walmart, and a new website designed by Google that will help screen people and tell them where they can get tested if need be. It's set to be online by Sunday.
All Americans have a role to play in defeating this virus. Our most effective weapon right now is to limit the damage to our people and our country and slow the spread of the virus itself.
That being said, the president was pressed on why he has not self-isolated or been tested, despite evidence he took a picture last weekend with a man who has since tested positive for the virus. Today, new reports a second person who was at Mar-a-Lago has also contracted coronavirus.
Who should Americans listen to? And my second question
I think they have to listen to their doctors. And I think they shouldn't be jumping to get the test unless it's necessary. But I think they have to listen to their doctors. And I mean, I don't know I haven't seen the picture. Somebody said there's a picture with somebody taking a picture with me, but I haven't seen it.
Well, doctors have
but
said
I
you
can
might
tell
have it even if you don't have symptoms. Are you being selfish by not getting tested and potentially
Well,
exposing?
I didn't say I wasn't going to be tested.
Are you going to be?
Most likely, yeah.
The president took no responsibility for delays in testing, despite his lead infectious disease expert saying the system is failing. And he said he didn't know anything about a reorganization that dismantled a federal pandemics office 2 years ago.
So what responsibility do you take to that? And the officials that worked in that office said that the White House lost valuable time because that office wasn't disbanded. What do you make of that?
Well, I just think it's a nasty question because what we've done is, and Tony has said numerous times that we've saved thousands of lives because of the quick closing. And when you say me, I didn't do it. We have a group of people. I could.
The national emergency declaration gives a break to everyone with student loans. They can temporarily stop making payments with no extra interest or penalties. Meanwhile, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says Democrats in the administration have made a deal on a multi-billion-dollar stimulus package to help people and businesses hurt by the pandemic. It includes 2 weeks of emergency paid sick leave, more funding to help feed children and families at risk, extends unemployment insurance for those who lose their jobs, increases Medicaid funding for local, state, tribal, and territorial governments to help cover emergency responses, and the package provides free testing for anyone who needs it.
The three most important parts of this bill are testing, testing, testing. This legislation facilitates free coronavirus testing for everyone who needs a test, including the uninsured.
This evening, the president tweeted his support of the Families First Coronavirus Response Act. After a vote in the House tonight, it will head to the Senate next week. Back to you.
Lori, thank you.